today I am super excited to tell you about this new cookbook. I bought it myself. This is not sponsored or anything like that. A friend recommended it and said how it has made her life, meal planning, meal prepping, eating at home is so much easier, simpler, cheaper, and healthier. I mean, it seriously does not get any better than this. So I'm really excited to show you how I used this exact meal plan, prepped everything in just over an hour for the week, and how well it's been working for our family. So I will share that with you coming up next. Well, hi, I'm Dawn from The Minimal Mom. If we haven't met before, I'm married to Tom, and we have 4 kids, ages 4 through 9. And I'm guessing I'm a lot like you, where over the last 10 or 11 years, I've just been trying to find the ultimate meal planning system where we would actually cook at home, where the recipes weren't loaded with this cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup. Like, I just wanted a simple way to eat healthy at home. And so I am really excited to share this cookbook with you today. A friend recommended it to me. She said they'd been doing it for a couple weeks and it had totally changed. She said, Dawn, this is life-changing. And I'm honestly starting to see why, because we're just a week into trying this out and it's been pretty phenomenal. So today I just want to tell you how this works. It's quite a bit different than probably any other meal planning system you've tried before. Show you the recipes that we made this week and let you know how they tasted and if the kids would eat them too. So I'm gonna get started prepping the food, but then we'll talk about how this actually works. All right, well, the kids are upstairs fighting about whose laundry is what, and the dog's barking outside, but we're gonna get busy prepping. So first I'm gonna get started with the chicken because that takes the longest. Then we'll get the rice set, and after that, we will tackle all of the veggies. So what's so cool about this book is that each week the recipes revolve around 3 main foods. So for example, for the first week, it's rice, broccoli, and chicken. Very normal foods that are easy to cook a big batch of, but then you'll find the 3 recipes she makes from it are all very different, but all very good. So like for the first week, we have barbecue chicken and rice casserole. The next day is a white chicken chili, and then finally a chicken and broccoli fried rice. She also gives you a shopping list of all of the ingredients that you'll need for the week. You'll probably find that you have a lot of these on hand already. I mean, I found almost everything at Aldi. The only thing I didn't find was ginger and green chilies. But then what also is really cool is then she has all of the prep day instructions. For example, for cooking the chicken, she gives 3 different methods for cooking it. Cooking it on the stovetop or in a crock pot, or the way I cooked it in the Instant Pot. Honestly, I had never cooked chicken this way, but it worked so well. Okay, so the chicken is done. This is what it looks like when it's done. Isn't that incredible how it can fill up with liquid? So I'm gonna let that cool for just a few minutes and then I will pull them out and we will shred them. One other tip that she doesn't put in there is that I like to use my stand mixer to mix the chicken. So once it was done in the Instant Pot, I let it cool for a little bit, drained off the liquid, put half of my stand mixer and let it mix to shred it. You do have to be a little careful because if you go too far, you're gonna have chicken paste and not shredded chicken. So just keep an eye on it. Then she tells you how to divide up the chicken. So we needed 1 4-cup serving and then 2 3-cups. So I put 4 cups in a bowl. I didn't have quite enough containers, so I am gonna probably invest in a few more containers for this now. So I did use some gallon Ziplocs, but it's fine for now. But do know that it's my intention to get some more glass containers. All right, I almost forgot, we have to make the bacon as well. So we're gonna get it laid out on a baking sheet and then put it in the oven at 400 degrees for around, I don't know, it usually takes us 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm gonna get that going now too. So she has the shopping list broken down. She tells you exactly how to prep all of the food for the week. And so this first week though, I wanted to keep track, how long was it actually gonna take to prep? Do you know what? I prepped all of the food for these meals in just a little bit over an hour. 1 hour, that's not bad at all. And that was with not recruiting any help from Tom or the kids, because I wanted to make sure like this first week that I got everything just right. So usually to fit all of the bacon on 1 baking sheet, we have to overlap it a little bit, but that's okay. And now we're gonna throw this in the oven at 400 degrees. I always heard you don't preheat the oven, you just stick it in. So that's what we're gonna do. So I know if I involve them in the future, or as I just get more comfortable with the meal prepping and the recipes, I'll be able to knock this out even faster. I put a little too much broccoli in, so I should do a little bit less next time. So the timer just went off after 15 minutes on the bacon at 400 degrees, so we're gonna take a peek at it and see how it looks. I think maybe just a couple more minutes. Don't mind my dirty oven. Okay, good. Tom's pounding outside. now too, working on the porch. So that's awesome. Okay, because I have the food processor out, I'm gonna use it to dice the onion and the carrots as well. I wouldn't normally pull it out just to do this, but because I already have it out, our kids prefer any kind of veggie very finely diced anyways, so I'm just gonna throw it in the food processor and then I'll put it in containers to save it for later in the week when we need it. So once you have all of the prepping done, you put it in the containers and put it in the fridge, and then as you go to cook the meals for the week, you pull everything out. So here is all of the containers. I was a little worried that it was gonna like overload the fridge, but this is not bad at all. I just use masking tape to label the containers and I think it's gonna work out pretty well. So I have my broccoli rice container out of the fridge, so I am gonna put that in here with the butter. All right, now you're supposed to put it, I have like every cupboard door open and, okay, I'm not a clean cooker. All right, you're supposed to put it in an 8x8 pan. I do not have an 8x8 pan, but I have a 7x11, so I am gonna put it in there, one-handed. We'll see how this goes. Oh goodness. And I think you'll also find that you end up saving money on your grocery bill because you're using up almost all of the ingredients that you buy for these meals. A lot of times in the past when I've done a big, meal planning session, I end up with a bunch of like half containers of leftover foods that sit in the back of the fridge until they go bad and then I end up throwing them away. So I think I really like that you won't have much left over as far as the individual ingredients. I think I had some cilantro and green onions and that was it. Okay, so we got the barbecue chicken all spread out on top and I just pulled the bacon out of the fridge, so I'm gonna sprinkle that on and then throw it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. But my biggest hope for this, so there's 26 weeks of meal plans in here that are gluten-free, that you can convert to paleo or low carb. My hope is that I can pare it down to 4 or 5 weeks that I know inside and out, that I master, and then just putting those on a repeat. All right, here it is all done. I don't know if the kids are gonna like it. 2 of them have already grumbled about it, but I'm gonna put some in their bowls and they're gonna try it. Okay, Adeline, what do you think?
It's so good.
Corbin? Not so much? You haven't even tried it yet. Today we are gonna cook meal number 2, which is the white chicken chili. It's been a little bit of a crazy day, so I'm glad to be able to just come to the kitchen and know that I have everything here that I need to make supper and that it's gonna be healthy. And from what it looks like, it's gonna taste really good too. So let's get started making this. So here are all of the ingredients I pulled out. It looks like kind of a lot, but I know it'll come together really quickly. So again, what I really like about this is that it's just normal foods. It's whole foods, not processed foods. And because we're using the same base ingredients for each meal, it made the prep time super fast. And I think that's what's always bothered me in the past when I go to meal plan is my grocery list is a mile long because every meal has different ingredients. And then when I go to prep, it takes a long time because I'm making all of these different foods, and then during the week when I'm trying to make it, they're kind of complicated recipes or there's new cooking techniques I have to learn. This was nothing like that. They were just really simple meals to put together, but really flavorful. Okay, the chili just finished simmering for 10 minutes, and so now we're gonna add in the bacon and the sour cream and the lime. I mean, doesn't this just sound awesome? But wait, it gets better, right? I feel like I'm doing an infomercial or something, but what else is cool is that all of the recipes are gluten-free, but if you wanna make them paleo or low carb or dairy-free, she also gives options for that. I also like that these recipes were not dairy heavy at all. The flavor in these meals, it doesn't come from dairy products or cheeses, it comes from the blend of the different seasonings and ingredients. So that is really cool. All right, well, all of my food critics aren't home yet, so I can't get their opinion on it, but I'd say this tastes really awesome. And honestly, Tom is usually almost as picky as the kids, but he's trying. Last night, he loved the broccoli rice and the chicken, and I think he's really gonna like this too. So we're 2 for 2 with Tom. Last night, only 3 of the 4 kids would eat it, and so I might make a slight adjustment moving forward of maybe putting a little less broccoli in the rice or just having some rice separate for the children that are a little more picky. I want to encourage them to try new things and eat new things, but I also just want them to eat too. So I think these menus are definitely easy to adjust to whatever your family's specific tastes are. And Tom couldn't believe how flavorful these foods are, and he kept going on and on about that. But he was also really grateful because we have been trying to eat healthier, and when we get busy, we're like you, we're grabbing fast food, we're throwing in frozen pizzas. And so he was really grateful to have the healthy food this week, not only for dinner, but then to be able to have it for lunch the next day too. You know, normally I would skip like the little touches like the cilantro on top, but don't skip that. This is fantastic. I wish you could come and have some with me. So, this is just our first week, but so far it seems really awesome. I'm gonna try it out for a few more weeks. I'll keep checking back in with you so you can see how it's going. I would love to know if you've heard about it. Have you tried it? I don't know. I'm kind of a latecomer usually to these kind of trends. It took me forever to get an Instant Pot, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's fairly new. Like I said, my friend who's been trying it out absolutely loves it, and her sister recommended it to her and loved it too. And it has over, I think, almost 600 5-star reviews on Amazon, so that's usually a pretty good sign too. Oh, I know, and since you've hung around to the end of this video, why don't we give away a copy of this book? So all you have to do is like this video, make sure you're subscribed, and then leave a comment down below and tell us, do you think this would work for your family? What's your biggest mealtime struggle? Or do you have any other tips for how you've made dinner time go more smoothly at your house? So leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and you'll be entered to win. We'll give it away 1 week from today. I'll put all the details in the description box. And thank you so much for watching. I look forward to visiting with you again really soon. Oh, and for the eagle eyes out there, yes, I went back to TJ Maxx and got this shirt after the fall shop with me video. And yes, I'm wearing the hair extension again, but I got it on Amazon. It was only like $30, so I'll link to that down below as well.